Hello all and welcome to another video in my journey to 1 million gamerscore series, and I guess the penultimate video in the journey to 1 million gamerscore series, because as you'll see on screen, I'm there. I've made it. The journey is actually complete. Don't worry, the updates will carry on in some fashion. Please do listen at the beginning for that, because I will be throwing a few questions out there and I would really appreciate some feedback on what I'm going to do going forwards and keep these updates rolling out, because they do seem quite popular with quite a few people, so I would like to keep them going. I do like helping people get gamerscore, so I'm also going to keep them going for that reason alone. But what an achievement I've done here, if you ask me personally. I'm absolutely over the moon that I've made it. You know, it was always a goal, it's not the goal, so I love getting gamerscore, so we're going to carry on getting gamerscore, but yeah, it's just not, it was never the goal, it's just a goal. So yeah, people joke about on to 2 million. Yeah, of course, on to 2 million. As long as I'm breathing, I will always be getting gamerscore. So on to 2 million, on to 5 million, on to 10 million, who knows? As long as I'm breathing, I'll always keep going. So the updates, as I say, they will continue, but I've been talking about literally every piece of gamerscore I've ever got since I started doing this series. What I had in mind going forwards is to just talk about the completions, or talk about the games that I've got a large chunk out of but finished with. So once I get to that phase, I'll be talking about the game as such. Of course, I will perhaps mention other things if I've got even a small chunk that was super easy in no time at all to help people out, or if I've just played a good game but not got a lot out of it all, I'll probably still mention that. But what I would appreciate in the comment section below is a little bit of feedback, just telling me, you know, do you like hearing everything? Did you just turn up for the completions? You know, what is it that, you know, you specifically kind of like about the updates, if it's just one specific thing, or did you just like it how it was and you'd like it to continue like that? So please, comment section below, do help me out with the series going forward. Obviously it'll have to have a bit of a rename, because it's not going to be a journey to 1 million gamerscore anymore, but yeah, it will still be an update series again at the end of the month, every month, just to talk about at least my completions, maybe a little bit more. As I say, please do help me in the comment section below. So before we dive into the games, a couple of thank yous that I would like to say, and that is basically every guide person that I've ever used, pretty much, because they've been a massive help. You know, sometimes in games where you just get stuck, or sometimes in games where you've started them, you just want to blast through it, or sometimes you just know you're going to need a guide from the start, basically. So first up I'm going to thank is Maka91, kind of the original guide guy, if you ask me. He's the very first channel that I found that ever did that. I would go as far to say he's possibly the first channel that was doing guides on YouTube. I don't know, but his guides have always been bang on, they've always been super helpful, and I've definitely gained a massive chunk of gamerscore thanks to his guides. And the same goes to Achievement Land. Again, I use their guides a hell of a lot. They make fantastic guides. Bill's from Achievement Land, he makes fantastic guides. Again, massive chunk of gamerscore I wouldn't have without his guides, and even just hints and tips, you know, as well, towards getting completions that perhaps would take a bit longer than if he was to make a full-on walkthrough, but you know, you get the gist of what you need to do. So bang on, super work that that Bills has done for the achievement hunting community, and again, cannot thank him enough. I mean, you've got other guide channels that I've used as well. I'm hoping I'm not going to forget him here. You've got a channel called Cheaters Guides. You've got Achievement Squad, who went disappearing for a while, but they have chucked out a few videos lately, so hopefully they are back. You've got the Welsh Hunter, who I used for a couple of the point-and-click adventures that appeared on Game Pass. Tends to do the longer guides as well, which is nice that someone out there is doing the guides for the longer stuff as well. And then you've got Chivo Guides. It's always helpful, because if an easy game comes out, I'll see that flash up on my feed. So a big thank you to all of those guide makers. I'm pretty sure I may have used the odd guide from other people as well, so just thank you to everybody else that's ever made a guide for a whole game or just a singular achievement, because sometimes they are just as valuable. And then finally, a couple of personal thank yous to friends. As I say, a lot of the time we need boosting buddies for achievements, don't we? And my biggest boosting buddy by far, by an absolute long mile, is my good friend Ross of Bohor. We have boosted a hell of a lot of games together with doing onlines. I wouldn't have the amount of completions I do without him. Some of them would just be sitting there, you know, uncompleted, because I couldn't find a boosting buddy if it wasn't him, I reckon, a lot of the time. But you know, big thank you to Ross there. But I've got other friends that have helped me boost as well, so that you know, I've got my friend Big Game Al, I've got my friend Lewis of Wishwash, Scott Glory Hunter 82, just so many people that have helped us along the way. So big thank you to them. And of course, one of the biggest thank yous of all as well, I suppose I should give, is to the websites, trueachievements.com, and all of the people who run that, because obviously, you know, there's so many, there's guides for nearly everything on there, isn't there? For whole games, they do walkthroughs on there. For individual achievements, obviously the Achievement Hunter community sort of pitches in and provides the solutions, but they set up the foundation for it. They run so many great competitions and events to take part in. I've done a couple of this month, which has made the gamer card look messy, but you know, I really enjoyed doing them. And of course, their target medals as well. As fun. So their target medals alongside an alphabet challenge have made my profile and my card look a right mess this month. But you know what, I you know, for the fun that I've had, I don't really care, to be honest with you. They just do amazing work, and if you're Achievement Hunter and you're not registered on trueachievement.com, you really need to be, because you know, as soon as you play a game, you scan your profile in, breaks every game's achievements down into one, not one at all. So just really helpful into narrowing it down to achievements that you still need and things like that. But there's all the thank yous, and as I say, there's all the help going forward. All the thank yous and all the people that have helped me in the past, they'll probably help me going forward as well. So again, just a massive thank you. And also nearly forgot, everybody tuned into the live stream. And I've streamed in the past before, and I've topped out at about 20, but I actually topped out at about 40. I actually had 40 people at one point watching the 1 million gamerscore live stream. So massive thank you to everybody who showed up, even if it was only for a couple of minutes. But that was amazing. A lot of people have watched that. A lot of people have watched the playback as well. And people actually donated during the stream. That thing's always been in the bottom right hand corner there. Never advertised it. Never knew it was there. But people actually donated money and congratulated me on that. So as soon as YouTube gives me the payouts, I will be buying some beers with that, because that's that's an amazing gesture. I definitely going to buy the beers with it, because people said here's a beer, so I'm going to buy a beer with it. Anyway, let's go on to the games for August, and we'll talk about the completions, and we'll get to the moment where it all happens, and talk about all the gamer score that I got in August. And as I say, we'll be tweaking it down to completions next month and big chunks. But here we go. So there's the completion area, or the 1 million area, should I say. And I do believe the month started with a 1000G update on Tony and Clyde. The whole 3000 is easy, by the way, but the update basically involved you dodging bullets by rolling forward. I believe you use the left trigger for that. I think you have to do it up to 50 times, and there's other sort of markers up to 50 before that. And basically, as soon as you come across a shooting enemy, just spam the left trigger sort of backwards and forwards, and hopefully every time you go forwards you'll roll under a bullet, and just keep doing that until you've got all of their markers out the way. The other achievements are for beating the boss on easy and normal, and for using a specific weapon, I believe, a couple of specific weapons, and killing people X amount of times. So with the boss, once you get to the boss on the first level, he's not too difficult to get to. A real good easy tip to beat him with is to basically use that rolling thing, press roll and shoot at the same time. So every time you're rolling, you're popping up and you're shooting. Try and aim that shot at him, obviously, but he pretty much can't hit you because you're just rolling and shooting. He's only got a split second to hit you, and he just can't do it. So that's the little trick to beating the first boss, and just be patient with it. So beat him on easy and beat him on normal. You can select one of the weapons you need to use from, I think, the juice guy in sort of the tutorial area, but you will need to beat the first boss, I believe, to unlock the other weapon you need to use. So it wouldn't hurt if you just sort of picked up the weapon that you can do and played through on easy and beat the boss, and then pick the other weapon, played through on normal and beat the boss again. So super easy, honestly. Won't even take you no more than half an hour, I would say. Right, above that is Gears 5. I did actually pop a couple of achievements in this, and it's the only two, because I've had it sitting there a while and I knew they were a thing. But these top two achievements here, Homegrown Hive and I Made It By Myself, have basically become they were unobtainable because they were undoable. But what the good people did, the coalition, is basically make these achievements a freebie. So all you have to do is open up the game and you will unlock 20G for free if you haven't done so already. So I'm surprised surprised the percentage isn't actually higher than it is. So there's 20 G's worth of free achievements there. If you so wish to open up Gears of War 5 or Gears 5, it's not Gears of War anymore, it's just Gears. Right above that is Cruz Brothers. They added their final 1000 G, and it is basically for using certain characters and doing certain things with them. Some of them you just have to do a special move with a few times. Some of them you have to perform breakers with, and some of them you have to perform special moves with. To do a breaker or a special move, you have to build up your power bar below, which involves you basically getting hit will help build it up, and obviously doing the hitting yourself. But obviously if you're about to knock the other guy out before your special bar's built up, just let him hit you a few times so you can power. The special move I believe is LT, the left trigger, and I believe to do a breaker you have to press the bumpers together at the same time. And with the special move, if you just do the down quarter circle forward and hit, I think it's AX or Y, any of those will pretty much do a special move with any character. Do the fireball movement in Street Fighter 2 basically, as I like to call it, then that'll perform a special move with that character. One of the characters you have to highlight somebody else and press a different button. Just check out the solution on trueachievements.com for whoever that is. Can't remember who it is, but basically that's what I did. So again, like I said, trueachievements.com, you need to be on it if you're into achievement hunters. But yeah, super easy, 1000 G added. The 5000 overall is quite easy. The first 1000 will take a long time. All of the updates don't take long at all. Okay, above that, Borderlands 2. One of the target medals on True Achievements was to do open world games, so I started playing Borderlands 2, but because I ended up playing quite a bit of Assassin's Creed to try and get to the servers, or get them done before the servers went offline, I actually ended up meeting my requirements in that. But I love Borderlands, and I love playing Borderlands 2. I have played Borderlands 2 in the past on a mate's account. I'm finally doing it on my own account again. Really love the first two games in the series. Haven't actually played any of the others. I haven't played 3 or the pre-sequel. I have played the Telltale game. That's awesome as well, but that's a different ball game altogether, isn't it now? But yeah, just played it. And obviously unlock 3 achievements. You'll get one pretty quickly straight away, but then after that they'd all take a little bit of time. But I'm just enjoying the game and kind of having what unlock as we go along. But yeah, I'm going to play more of that soon. Right, a folder part had the 1000 G in, and I accidentally learned that they added another 100 G to it. So I just quickly popped the 2 achievements at 50 G each that they were, and they were basically for doing some bonus chapters that have been added. So yeah, as you'll see, complete bonus chapter 1 and complete bonus chapter 2 is basically what you need to do for the 100 G that they've added to that. And I say the whole game is pretty easy because you can pause it and then just basically have hints help you, and then you just spam the hint button until it fills the level for you, and do a little bit of moving yourself to walk them out. It's actually really interesting mechanic added to a puzzle game as such, where you fold the edges of the screen, hence the name Fold Apart, to move the character around and move things around. It's really interesting and intriguing game, but it's made easy by the fact you can pretty much hint your way through it. Okay, so above that we've got Lab Crisis. Again, it's a zillion are adding updates again. So for that you will have to, for that particular update, you have to do levels 10 to 14. They're not that difficult. It will take about 10 minutes of your life. I saved 2,100 gamer score for my stream. The console version was one of the 1000 Gs I saved, so you'll see that again in a minute. Right, Bullet Beat Windows up to 5000 G as well. The highest combo target you'll need for the update on that is 1000, so if you go into Endless Hell mode, you'll get all of the ones as you go along. So 7000 was the top one. As I say, once you get going on that Endless Hell mode, it really is easy. You just go from side to side. There's so many power-ups, you can just keep on going. So yeah, 7000, 6, 5, 4.5, 4, and then that was the previous time they updated it. So 4000 is the lowest, 7000 is the highest. Get your combo up, easy 1000 G added. To be honest with you, the entire 5000 G on that is easy. Right, above that is Checkers for Kids. This popped up in the sale for not a lot of money, and to be honest with you, I would advise you wait until it does so again, because this is really just shuffled out, to be honest with you. It really offered nothing apart from making the counters toys, and you have to finish like 20 games, finish games in a certain amount of ways, but because you're playing yourself, it's not difficult at all for most of it. But you will have to play the AI to get these last 2 here, I think. Play with all toys. You can change your counter into a specific toy. I do believe you can just change it, start a game, change it, start a game, and not finish one. But what I did is, because I was I think it's 20 games you have to, 10 matches one, I think there's one where it's 20 as well. But basically, yeah, what I did is just every time I started a new match towards the counter, I just changed one of the toys as well. You have to look at the fish tank as well as in the open world for a random achievement as well. And all rules tried, so there we go. Again, just start it up, go back out, set the new rule, start it up, back out, set the new rule, so on. It's not difficult. Unfortunately, it will take a little bit of time. It's not one of those that's unfortunately just a few minutes of your life. As you'll see, an hour and 7 minutes it took me, and some of my friends have done it quicker, but only a couple of them by the looks of it, because it puts the people who took longest first in the counter. But it's not difficult, but it's just, yeah, it really is just shoveled out checkers games, and to be honest with you, you're better off giving your kid a real version of the game in real life than buying that. Right, Assassin's Creed 3, no doubt I've done some more of the online on that. Now the servers were meant to go offline the day I'm actually recording this, September 1st, but it appears they've extended it a month. I'm actually missing one online achievement on this, and I left it too long, and I thought, thank God I haven't got to rush through a playthrough of the entire game to do that. But now I've been given a month to do it, I might have kind of have to, so the completion there is available for me. But yeah, just done some of the online of that. You've now got until October the 1st by the looks of it, if you still haven't touched the online on Assassin's Creed 3. Right above that is an absolutely beautiful game. I loved this. I played it on the Xbox One. I finally plumped for buying it on the 360 and doing the 360 version. The 360 version, as you'll see, only has 400 rather than 8,000. But yeah, what an absolute beautiful game. Basically, you control each brother with one of the thumbsticks, and they have different abilities, and you have to navigate your way through well, I say open world, it's linear levels, but you know, it's not 2D basically. And yeah, you have to maneuver the brothers around, different abilities to sort of get your way through the game. Now, all of the achievements are they are miscellaneous stuff. They're not, storyline progression or natural progression. They're miscellaneous stuff. So what I did is go back to my guide that I used all of those years ago, Macca 91, and I watched where the next achievement was that I needed with regards to miscellaneous stuff, played up till I recognised that spot, did it, moved on. Now, you will actually unlock all achievements before you finish the game, but it's such an amazing game, I would say finish the game as well. It is worth your time. I absolutely love this game. If you just want the game score, bail out. 2 to 3 hours is where you're at. About that. I would say pretty much halfway in between there, I think it took me. So, but an absolutely beautiful game. I do recommend it. So right, we're hitting the area where we did the stream, and we hit the 1 million gamer score. Like I said earlier, Lab Crisis 1000G update. They're simultaneous updates on this game, and levels 10 to 14, done them on the stream. So knocked that out in no time at all, which set up them playing Cyberpool, which I sat in one of my little folders waiting for the day to use this as a 1000G setup, just because I didn't want to just pop one achievement in no time at all. I wanted to do a little bit of a stream and really build up for it. So this can be done a lot quicker than I did it. People that watch the stream will know that I actually ended up struggling a little bit and getting a little bit frustrated with it. But basically, it's a pool game. You have to clear all the balls on the table, and that is it. It doesn't have to be in a specific order. You can do them in any order, but once you clear the balls off the table, you then just move on to the next level. The only thing that's a bit of an annoyance, as I found out, is that if you pot the white, it will reset the level, and then you have to start again. But as long as you don't pot the white, take your time, pot all the balls, you'll move on to the next level. You get an achievement every time you move on to a next level, so you have to get to a level 11, so basically you have to do the first 10 levels. Can be done in around about half hour. I think it ended up taking me about 45 minutes, and my embarrassment was broadcast live on YouTube in doing it. The playback is there should you so wish to watch it. And then finally, Plants vs Zombies, the achievement I saved for the 1 million. I did it with 500,000 and I did it with 1 million. I like to have kind of sort of a little bit of humour tied to milestone achievements. Last time it was looking up the skirt of the young girl in a lollipop chainsaw for 10G, and it's called seriously, I did by mistake, and then I just made the tagline, seriously, I did it for 500,000 game score. But anyway, so I had one character in Plants vs Zombies Battle for Naval hanging around, pretty much just needing to do a little bit of work to get the final XP for that character to rank them up to master, and got time to seriously go outside. And I just thought that was quite ironic, because you spend a lot of time inside gaming to get to 1 million gamer score. So I just thought it might be someone sort of mocking me, saying, you know what, it's time to seriously go outside. But there we go. That was the 100G achievement that I used to hit 1 million gamer score bang on. Now, if you want to know about the completion in this game, just let it be known. Obviously, that achievement there will take a long time. So, I mean, you're talking about 100 hours to 120 hours, anywhere between that. There is a trick to boost or help speed up the boosting of Master. You know, check out all the little solutions on trueachievements.com. Many different ways you can do it. But yeah, really pleased, obviously really pleased to get to the 1 million, and that's the achievement I used for it. Right, so Colourful Color and My Mate A both had 1000G updates, again for doing certain levels. What numbers were they in this? 35 and starting at 31. So 31, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now, funnily enough, I found those levels to actually be quite easy. Some of the earlier levels I found a lot tougher, or a little bit tougher, but for some reason those 5 levels weren't actually that difficult. So yep, thank you for making levels 31 to 35 not too tricky. I had a lot of trouble with some of the ones that were in the 20s. So yep, that update actually took me no time at all. You'll see that I've done that update twice, because again, I've got it on Windows, I've got it on console. So My Mate's update again was a certain amount of levels. I believe it was 21 to 25. Now, 22 to 25, not too difficult. Now, 21 was a little bit awkward, and we've had a lot of people, I believe, on True Achievements just comment about this to say how awkward it is. There's a sort of a little area in the top right corner which is just a little bit tricky. It's like it wasn't, I don't know, it's like the level wasn't structured properly or something. I'm not quite sure. It just required a little bit of timing and skill, which the game hasn't really required you to do too much up till that point. But yeah, obviously got past the level, but yeah, it took a little bit of while and a little bit of practicing. So not the 5-minute jobby I was expecting. It was more like 10 to 15 minutes, but you know what, we did get there eventually. So just be warned, level 21 a little bit trickier than you might expect. So we've done exactly the same thing here on the console version. Don't need to talk about those. Forza Horizon 5 popped 1 achievement in it because I also am going for Microsoft reward points. They had a list of 10 games in which you need to get 1 achievement in one of those 10 games to unlock 500 reward points. So in Forza Horizon 5, I got the take photos of 5. Oh, sorry, I wish it was 5. Take photos of 50 legendary cars for Horizon promo. Now, before you unlock this achievement, it's actually labelled as take photos of 200 cars, basically. And this is actually what you need to do. So you start. What I was doing is I was starting to race a legendary car, and then quickly going into photo mode and taking pictures of the cars alongside me, and then changing my car, and so on until I eventually got to 50. I already had a few in the bank actually from where I started the achievement before, but that's basically what you need to do. So yeah, we just did that, and we got our 500 reward points for doing that. Drive San Francisco, I did finish last month. It just helped a few friends out that still needed some of the online done. I believe they've all got the online done as well now, so happy days there. Few completions for people I know getting Driver San Francisco, and of course you've now got an extra month to do it. Right, the Moose Man and has an Xbox Series X update, I suppose. No, not an update. Yeah, basically re-release, whatever you call it. It's basically a version for the Xbox Series X. So you can actually stack this. There's an Xbox One version, which I did years ago, and there's an Xbox Series X version now. I did buy it a while ago, and I've had it in my little saving up gamerscore file that I have on my console here. So anyway, use my guide guy, my original guide guy, Maca91. That guide I used all those years ago to get the 1000G out. I think I used it again in this. Obviously, I knew. Knowing I had it before, I knew I'd be able to do it again, so we went for it again. And yeah, you'll need the guide basically because there's a lot of artifacts that you need to pick up. You need to get all of the artifacts as you're progressing through the level, and it's sort of this thing where you can sort of change the scenery by flicking the buttons, and you put this mask on and everything white in the background appears, and that means you can pass through walls that you couldn't previously, or vice versa, or you can push things to help you ledges to walk on over gaps that you couldn't before, things like that. So but he does an absolute bang on guide. I would highly recommend that guide that he uses, but it will take you, let's have a look. I did miss one artifact actually and have to go back because I didn't follow it properly enough. We've got time on there. There we go. It took me just over 2 hours. You can get it down on that. So I did take longer than I probably should have done. But actually, by the looks of it, of the 3 friends that played it, I took the quickest. So maybe they didn't use a guide. I don't know. But there we go. So yeah, use Maca91's guide on that and follow it carefully, unlike I did, so you don't miss one. Yeah, bang on guide as always. Right, 10 rooms, 10 seconds. What an interesting little concept this is. You have to survive every room for 10 seconds before you can leave it. However, it is made super easy by the fact there is an invincibility thing that you can do at the start. So ultimately you just have to basically wait 10 seconds in every room and get to the door. So that makes it really easy. There are a couple of miscellaneous stuff to do along the way. It says complete the game with a grade C or better. That's basically, you are timed. You have to do it all in one hit. You can't do it in a couple of sittings. It will take about 45 minutes just to blast through all of the rooms, I would say, but I think I was able to do it a tiny bit quicker, maybe 35. Literally just blast through it all. You've got bosses to face and things like that. You do have to buy an upgrade, I think, as well as have, I think, hold 100 tokens at once. So before you buy any upgrades, make sure you get to 100 tokens and hold them. You're invincible as well if you follow the little trick. I think I use Achievements Land's tip guide on this to work out what to do. But basically there's a little screen at the beginning and you walk over to this little screen. I think it's Y you press on it and you change it till it has golden hearts. This is all from memory, so if some of this is wrong I do apologise, but do watch the little tip guide on how to make yourself invincible in this. And then it just becomes a matter of playing your way through the game, blasting through it in as quick as possible so you get a higher grade than C. I got an S for doing it in the time I did because, like I said, you are just running through the game, so it's not hard. So yeah, just do that, buy an upgrade. Honestly, nice easy completion. Obviously you have to do a playthrough, so it's around about 45 minutes to do in one hit. Right above that is Roll the Cat. Do you know what, a little fun puzzle game, but not a difficult one. So basically you have to roll the cats into their beds, but you can get sort of locked in levels if you push them up against the wall and then can't get around to push them. It's one of those sort of puzzle games. Not difficult at all. Obviously it does bring in new mechanics and get a little trickier as you go along. You can use a guide and get this done in no time at all. I decided to have a go at doing it legit because I was enjoying it. As you'll see, you basically have to reach level 25 to unlock all achievements. I did this legit without a guide and did it in 34 minutes. So even so, it's not that difficult at all. I'm not exactly Einstein here, but I was able to get it done. So yeah, 34 minutes it took me. A couple of friends of mine have done it quicker by the look of it, and a couple have taken longer. But yeah, there are guides out there that show you how to solve the puzzles, but it's not difficult. You start off with one cat, you'll then have two cats, and then you have tunnels, which only make cats go one way. So you can't push them back through the pipe basically. But yeah, that's not every level in the game, level 25. So for the completion just have to get to level 25. Crazy Trucks. Yeah, you can hear by the tone of my voice I did not enjoy this. Unfortunately, I did not enjoy this. I was hoping it would be a good game, but it wasn't. Physics, I know the Crazy Trucks, but the physics on this was horrendous. It's not too difficult. One of the achievements was a little bit annoying. You basically, there are no AI in this, which is really weird. I thought there would have been AI in this because some of the games just you'd think would have AI in it and be fun. But like all of these pretty much done on your own. The one that was there, that one was a little bit annoying there. Complete the slogan in under 3 minutes. You have to spell Crazy Trucks, but you can't get the letters out of order. You have to get them in order. So you have to get the C, then an R, then an A, and so on, obviously. And you're in this little open arena, and the letters just appear randomly dotted around. And you just have to get a good run early on of the initial letters and have them in good places. It took me a few attempts to finally get it done. I've got to be honest with you, it was horrible. As you'll see, I collected 150 letters before I completed that, and I did complete the slogan over 3 minutes before I got that. But again, this game is weird. Complete 20 laps in racing mode. Now, you're not racing against other trucks. Ignore that picture. Unless you're playing local multiplayer, there are no other trucks in the race. It's just checkpoints. It's just checkpoints. In fact, in the thumbnail of that, you'll see the yellow circle there, and that's what you're doing. So 5 laps, 20 laps. And basically you have to play through all of the other modes as well. There are actually achievement guides for some of the individual achievements on this as well, because you have to go into certain modes to do certain things. But do you know what? It's not a good game. It's not difficult. Like, score 10 goals in football mode. You're just playing against yourself, essentially. Again, 2 controllers, that should be something I really should mention. 2 controllers will be needed for some of these achievements to make it super easy, or just to be able to use the mode. So it's not difficult, it's just annoying. But go on True Achievements for some of the individual achievements. The gather 100 tires of Storage Wars mode was a bit annoying. Oh, the take 10 tires was even more annoying, because I was in the wrong mode to start with, and just getting it lined up to take a tire once it's in someone else's base was just really annoying. But yeah, it's not hard. It just needs a little bit of perseverance, and it's a little bit annoying because of the physics. But yeah, I think it took me a good couple of hours to get that one done eventually. Right, Madagascar Karts is here because this was a completion almost a year and a half in the making. A big thanks to my good friend Big Game Al with this one. He lives relatively local to me, so he picked us up. We went to a retro gaming store relatively nearby. I had a day out by the coast playing arcade machines. When he dropped us off again, he said, "I said, you wouldn't mind coming in a minute and helping us with a couple of achievements, because I've had these achievements in my head for ages and I just took advantage at the moment." But yeah, he popped in for a bit, and we knocked out these achievements, thankfully. But basically, I did this ages ago, so I can't really comment on the rest of the game now. But yeah, I did the rest of the game like during the pandemic and the very first lockdown. But we got, yeah. So I was able to do 10 hourglasses on my own, but it's actually 10 each, so both players have to get 10 hourglasses. But I just couldn't do 25 and 40 on my own. I tried like elasticating the accelerator on both controllers and steering both at once, and I just could not do it. Some people have been able to do it on their own like that, but you know, thanks to Al, he came round. He was the player too, and obviously it then became very easy for us both just to collect the hourglasses in the time trial mode. So you'll see the date. Actually, yeah, you'll see the date difference there. So 28th of the 1st, 2021, and then finally got the job done on the 19th of August. So cheers, Al. Cheers, Al, if you're listening. Thank you very much. I'm not even quite sure what I did on Microsoft Solitaire Collection, but we popped something. Oh, what a Grandmaster difficulty game. Yep, been trying that for a while. Got that done. And no, that's not it. Complete all the challenges in an event. We did that as well. As well as that. Participate in every event. I think they kind of popped together. And that was it. So yeah, I'm always dipping in and out of Solitaire, but we won't dwell on that one too long. So yeah, that's my streak saver sometimes for when I can't be at home for over 24 hours. Right, so the Alphabet Challenge on trueachievements.com and one of the target medals will really play effect into what you're seeing now. So I'm going to pop into these and see if I can remember if I did them for one of the medals or did it for one of the letters in the Alphabet Challenge. And yes, I used this for the B letter. Downloaded a Race Against an Online Ghost Trial, super easy in that game. Come on, loading times. We're at, right, Forza Motorsport 3. I've been playing a lot of this. I'm trying to get all of the stuff that I can still get in this. It's got some unobtainables on it, so if you're a completionist, do avoid this. But yep, use this for the letter D in the Alphabet Challenge only. Have played some of this, as you'll see. I got to driver level 40 and complete the 4 seasonal play and got to level 35. And level 30 all this month. And drove in excess of 200 miles this month as well. Like, this stuff isn't hard. It's just literally playing the game. And there you go, 25. So we did play a lot of this. More than I realised. 20. Oh, yeah, just that's super easy as well. That was this month as well. As we're creating a paint job or vinyl group. I didn't realise I played a lot of this month. There we go. Did 1,000 points in the drift section as well. There we go. Oh, we're still in this month. Done a lot of it this month. More than I'd realised. There we go. I've done nearly all this month. So yeah, driver levels, you'll absolutely fly through them at the start. You'll absolutely fly through them. I just literally, I think I flew through to level 4 in one hit. There's driver levels, and then there's your car level as well. You have to stick to the same car for the car level to go all up to the highest one. So keep with the same car as long as possible until you get there. But there's a whole ton of this game you can get out of it. Super, super easy. In fact, all of it's easy. Just shame you can't get the online stuff. Anyway, Crash Time 2. What did we do on this one? Yes, High Dive I did use for the H in the letter challenge. Into the Past. See, if you watched the last episode of the Journey to Million Gamerscore, you'll know that I popped one achievement and a whole load of games before this month, because the one of the target medals in this month was to get an achievement in a game you'd already started. So I just thought, why not chuck a load out? But in this game, when I popped a medal or popped an achievement last month, or was it the beginning? No, at the beginning of this month, when I decided to do an achievement in this game. I wasn't aiming for Honky Horde. I accidentally pressed it. It odded up my game score. I was aiming for something like this, or jumped more than 100 meters. So we then ended up having to do the first case and driving backwards for 200 meters to level out my game score again, because I'm one of those. It's got to end in a 0 or a 5. But for the letter H in the alphabet challenge, we did high dive there. I used the achievement guide on trueachievements.com to help me with that one. A lot of the letters I did try and pull out of the same games. Right, this is just here because I needed reward points. You had to play the game for 25. Done it in the past. You can use the commands for this and getting all the achievements in it, so I didn't actually put a lot of time into this game. It was a long time ago. I can't remember how long it took. Excuse me. Right, Dirt 2. There was definitely some... Yes, they did do the level K with that one, and then the level G was done with that. Now with an event, you won an event. So yes, this was obviously one of my games that I gone back to because I unlocked achievements in it, as you'll see on the 31st. So yeah, won an event. Not hard, just win your first event, especially if it's on easy. You cross the line, finish with no more than 2 wheels touch the ground. I think I might have actually done that by accident while I was going for keep it clean. This game has damage. You won a race without crashing. That was actually a little bit tricky. It took me about 4 or 5 attempts to eventually get that done. Tetris Evolution was used to get one of the letters. Ludicrous Speed cleared a line on level 15. You can edit it so you start at level 15. So as soon as you've done a line, you'll get that achievement. Not a difficult one to pop on there. Dirt Showdown, I know we used this for some letters as well. Pulled off an insane T-bone, so just played a rampage mode until I got that. But we did jack of all trades, so we made sure we did a race off rampage and a head-to-head event. And viewed a Crash Bank replay as well, but wrecked your first opponent in rampage. That was done. Maybe I used that for D, I don't know. I definitely used Director. I just got this as well. And that was last month. Oh, no, that was this month. I actually double boxed that while I still had some Xbox Live on my boosting account of my own. So there we go. But yes, complete first Showdown Tour events. So yeah, these were done as part of the True Achievement Medal that I was going for. Wow, there's a lot of achievements this month. I didn't realise. Right, Crash Time. Yes, yeah. Nitro Burner was the achievement I wanted to go for, but I needed to do a trick in a individual race, but I needed to finish a mission to unlock races to be able to do it with. So I ended up finishing Beginner's Luck on hard, which wasn't actually that hard because each mission you have to do on hard, but you also have to do a normal easy, but they stack. So we decided to stack them. So reviewing the credits was the achievement I got last month, as well as driving fast. So we played a little bit of this already, but yeah, I did all of those so that I could unlock the race mode in it. And what you do in that is basically you, at the start of the race, you hold your brakes on and hold the nitro burner down as well. So you're using all of the nitro burner with wheels spinning and you're going nowhere. So that made that achievement super easy. Just had to do a mission to get there, which that mission took like half an hour, just because that's how long it is. But anyway, I'll go back to that and get 1000G out of that. I'm confident I can do that one. Right, SBK, I think this was used for letters as well. Yeah, Poor Bite, damage your bite's requirement, that was P, and that was this month as well. So at the beginning of the month, so this is one of the games I used for the target medal. But yeah, downline and online Ghost, that's super easy as well. Angry Birds, played a bit of this. I actually want to get 3 stars on all of the games in this, and you basically go for as much of the completion as I can. I think there's some online on that preventing you from doing so. Certainly the DLC isn't available, but yeah, I decided to do the first level of Rio, cleared a level out completely without the Mighty Eagle for the letter S in that, but that was done at the beginning of the month, so that was one of the target medals done, because obviously I'm pretty sure we started this last month. We've got a few actually this month, so I was enjoying playing this. So 3 stars, and then launched 10 birds back, which just be aware that's there. I had to use the True Achievement Guide to get this one, what level to do and who to use for it. Foul level 10 times, it's easy enough, why not smash that out. Smash a distant pig with a direct hit, that kind of just happens. Make a bird fly 200 meters, need the True Achievement solution on that one as well. But yeah, I'll have fun with that. I will return to that and hopefully get as much of the completion out of it that is still obtainable. So we used the World Rally games for quite a few, so Take It was definitely done with. I definitely did R and T in the alphabet challenge, so rolled the car. Apparently if you use Mexico, it's a very good level to do it with, which is exactly what I did, and the guide was bang on. Enter photo mode, take a photo, save it. For the letter T was super easy as well. Did actually use this for the letter E as well, just using rewind. Simple as enough. Another simple enough. So use that game for 3 of the 26 letters needed. TNA Impact I used for my X. X marks the spot. We also got a 0G achievement for basically being a bit of a wimp, but even if it's a negative achievement and it's 0G, I will still want to get it because you need all achievements for a completion. So I don't care. The little bonus one, even though I got no game score out of it. But yeah, did that with 2 controllers, used the Guard and True achievements to help me climb the rope, climb across the X and pull the X down from the middle of the X to win the match. So yeah, use that one for X. That achievement isn't difficult. Doesn't look too bad of a completion. There is online. The online is still active. I do need a viral achievement as well, but I've got someone in mind to hopefully ask for a favour because I know they've got it. Of course, we play some more Formula 1. We do a lot of Formula 1. So use 0 to hero for the Z. And yes, me and my good friend Ross Borhor spoke about boosting online with him earlier. We did the Drivers' Co-op Championship for both of us. So he got the Drivers' Co-op Championship and I got the Drivers' Championship as well, but we both got the Constructors. That's where I was going with this, but along the way in doing that we did 30 and 15 races online as well. So yep, there's our co-op Constructors one as well. So that's what we've done there. We have played more of this. I'm 4 races away from finishing a season challenge. There's 10 races in the season challenge, so I'll get one for winning a season challenge and I should beat another rival. I think you get an achievement for beating 4 rivals in one season challenge, but you also get one for beating 1 as well. Passed all your objectives. Yes, so we've got a few here. So you won the race from pole position in career or season challenge. There you go. Complete the race without colliding with another car. Taken pole in a career. Yep. So yeah, we've got a few out of that. I think I'll just scroll down and show these because none of these were difficult. It's just a matter of reading the achievement and then you'll be able to do it. So we've got quite a few in this. I do like Formula 1 games, but yeah, we'll get to why they can be annoying in a minute. And above that should be F1 2011, and I do believe I used that for a letter or 2 as well. Yeah, I used it for the O, performed a pit stop during safety car period, used the solution on trueachievements.com for that. I went for the solution that was basically creating a pile up on the very first corner of Monaco, which is very easy to do. Triggering the safety car, obviously you've got to make sure the safety car's on and damage is on and all that. Driving around and pitting and getting that. Yeah, we also did this. I think I used that for the Let's See in the Alphabet Challenge. No, I did. Yeah, that's easy enough to do, just takes a little bit of time. And they were the only 2 achievements I added to this. I got 27 out of 38, so still looking for an online passcode on that. Because you can't buy it in the store, but just got to find one that works in an old copy of the game, hopefully, and hopefully I can get the online done for that, which is again co-op career, both Constructors and driver. My friend Ross has a code that is working, so he'll be able to help me out with that in the future. Cheers, Ross. Right, started this by accident. I must admit, I started the campaign on this, wasn't enjoying it, but I suppose I will go back to it one day and finish the campaign just so I can get a few more achievements and a bit more gamer score out of it. But I just started it by accident one day. Army 2, the 40th day. Me and Ross are doing a co-op playthrough of this as we speak, so I will obviously have a lot more achievements in that at the end of next month when I do my new updates. Surface Rush now. This game took nearly 12 hours, but this was a credible completion. It's not an easy one. It's a very much a credible completion. That little dude there you see in the thumbnail, you kind of shoot him around little, I guess they're, well, not really mazes, are they? Little levels with obstacles, and you have to get to the goal, basically. Avoid things, hit things, collect stars within the level, collect coins within the level. There's 3 stars every level, so you want to collect the stars as you go through in the normal levels. To get 3 stars in the time levels, you have to finish within a certain time. One is called Precision. You have to finish levels with a certain amount of shots to get 3 stars. There's 4 different modes, so basically you'll need all 396 stars across all of the 4 different modes, as well as some other miscellaneous stuff as well. You need to buy everything in the shop, which is trails, as you'll see there, skins, and there's something else as well. But as you see, look, you'll need to complete all of the levels. You don't have to get all the stars to complete all levels, but you will need to you can complete all levels just for that achievement, but you will need to get all stars as well for this achievement up here, so you might as well work on both at the same time, which is exactly what I did. Some of the levels are annoying. The timer mode ones were by far and away the worst ones. Again, I think it was about 4, maybe 5 levels which were tricky, but they weren't like the last 5. The last one was a long level, but it turned out not to be bad. Again, it's a lot of it's muscle memory and practice, so you might spend quite a while. I say quite a while. You might spend a few minutes on one level, just getting it done. Certainly in the timer mode. The normal levels ain't too bad. As you'll see, you get coins as well as stars in levels, so try and build up your coins because you will need to buy everything in the game, which is more than 5,000 coins, so you'll get that along the way. But yeah, one-shot game mode, and there's precision as well. But yeah, the colours is the other thing you'll need to buy. But it is a fun game. It is a fun game. I mean, you'll get a nice chunk of it anyway if you just play it. But it will certainly take some skill and some patience and some muscle memory. Patience really is the key to this game. To get the game done. I was the 7th person on True Achievements to complete this game, so it's another. I didn't think I beat the 9th in Capcom Arcade Stadium 2, which I got, but I did on this one. But as you'll see, like 108 stars, that shouldn't be too tricky if you're not going for the completion. So you can get a nice chunk out of it if you're not going for the completion, but the completion will take a while, will take some skill, and I can't mark this as easy. I can certainly mark it as challenging. Like I said, you'll just need some patience with it. Right, nothing unlocked on this. The co-op on this, as me and my good friend Ross Borhor found out on this, is an absolute nightmare. And if you look on the True Achievements solution for doing the co-op championship, someone's gone to trouble making a detailed report. Even though you put the drivers down to amateur and you set the rules down low so you can cut corners, but as long as you don't overtake a car, because even though you've got rules switched off, it'll punish you if you overtake a car by cutting a corner. The co-op on this is brutal. So we played a bit of it one night. We got a little bit, we got a little way to somewhere, and then we restarted it and did worse. Lesson learnt there. But we will work on this in the future. It's only me that actually needs it. So Ross has actually done it in the past. So he's good at racing games. He keeps saying he isn't, but he is. So fair play to him for getting the driver's side of things done with the co-op on it. Might be able to hit the constructors with him and try and work on the drivers. But we'll have another go at this in another day. I do need to get 15 and 13 online races done. So even if we don't get those 2 done, we can get them along the way. But yeah, the co-op on this is absolutely brutal, even on amateur. I don't know what the devs have done to that one. Right above that is an easy completion, Kid Ball Adventure. You're the little dude there in yellow, and you're constantly bouncing, so you don't need to press jump, but you're constantly bouncing. You have to get a key, get to the door. It's all on one screen. It's a 2D platformer, all on one screen. Get the key, get to the door. You pick up these gems and crystals along the way. You have to get 150, and you have to do 20 levels. It's basically it. You have to jump over certain enemies, but they appear in levels. By the time you've got to level 20 and got the achievement for doing level 20, you'll unlock everything along the way. Honestly, no more than half an hour. Can be done as quick as 15 minutes. A little bit of skill dependency on getting it done that quick taking half an hour basically. It's not tough at all. It's one you can absolutely blast through. It's actually a fun little platformer as well. It's just, again, it's a shame the 1000G is so short. So you could, if that's all you're interested in, you're not going to enjoy more of the game. I might actually go back and play a little bit more of this. Hopefully they might add to this in the future, but it's not one of those companies that does. I think it is a Ratalaika. Is it Ratalaika? Can't remember. But I can't imagine they'll be adding 1000 Gs to it, but it's got the potential to have gamerscore added to it. Right, working on the last achievement on this. I did the other achievements back in 2011, so working on the last achievement on this, which is an online one. So hopefully I can get that done. You'll see a lot of Rise, Son of Rome, because having finished Plants vs Zombies, this is my trigger for getting 3 reward points every day by playing a game that's on Game Pass. But we are working on the last achievements on this. I have actually popped a couple of achievements on this. My old save was on level 74, so I got to rank 100. Ironically, you have to get to rank 101 for the rank 100 achievement to trigger. So I'm guessing the one that I've got left, which is get to level 200, will probably do the same. But equip your first tier 5 item in multiplayer. I can't remember what level you have to do to get to that. Is it 110, something like that? Or was it before? Was it 90? But yeah, you have to get to a certain level to unlock it. It'll tell you on True Achievements. But I know you have to get to level 130 for... Where are we? Keep going all the way down. you have to get to level 130 to be able to equip tier 6 items. So that's the next target, and I still need to get to 150 and 200. My idea being that if this is now my game that I have to keep popping in and out of to trigger reward points, is that it might encourage me just to play and sort of level up a couple of times each time sort of I do, which is what I have been doing. I'm at a level, although I haven't done it for a while, I got up to level 107 now, but those achievements aren't actually part of the base 1000G. In fact, by getting to rank 100, I've now completed the base 1000G. I just haven't completed the additional title updates. I think we're near the end now. I think we are near the end now. Smart moves is always there. Again, I use that to trigger reward points. That's 3,000, super easy. Open loads of chests and kill loads of snakes. That's all you need to do for that. Find a level that's full of them and just purposely die. So it's always set up every time they do another update. I can't imagine it'll be far away before they do another update. And then finally above that, I started F1 2019 this month. I have actually unlocked a couple of achievements today, so that's why they say September on it. But everything I've got is not difficult so far. He says, yeah, changed driver's appearance, she changed his gloves, completed a race using the Ferrari 2004 at Monza, so did that, set that up, used a flashback, completed your first race with an F2 car, so I'll start my career mode, and then it popped that. I chose Mercedes because they're the best in the game. I will have to play through these 2 bits again to select contracts for 2 other different achievements. So anyway, complete an F1 practice program in career, so you actually have to do that. So I got pole, I finished ahead of Lucas or Devon in an F1 race, got on the podium, completed a clean race, so the first time I did a practice, I purposely did it all, so I set fastest time in all 3 practice sessions, got pole and won the Grand Prix. After that you can actually have them simulate, and you want to simulate them rather than skip them, so you get your research and development points. So yeah, complete my first weekend. I told Jeff to be quiet. Once the race starts, if you press left bumper and then press B to scroll across to the option to tell Jeff to shut up, you'll pop that achievement. That achievement appears in quite a few Formula 1 games. After you have done a race, you can go into theatre mode and play a highlights. You can change your badge. That will pop you a quick achievement. There's a car showroom full of facts for you to read, do that and you'll pop an achievement. The online is still working. I will need a boosting buddy to get some of that done. Be working on that soon, but joining a league is simple enough anyway. Done that already. DRS is by pressing Y, so when I was doing a qualifying, I decided to actually remember to trigger it as soon as I heard that little beep in all of those green zones. Promote to first driver is something you can do when you are negotiating a contract. Don't get too greedy, and you can do that. Complete an F1 time trial in wet conditions. We did that today because I want to keep my streak alive. Made an adjustment in photo mode as well. I went for a couple, and before I did this, won a 25% distance or longer race against the ultimate AI opponents. This sounds a lot more difficult than it is. What I'd done is use my good old friend Monza, made sure it wasn't raining, turned all of the rules off, turned all of the damage off, even did the qualifying, because you don't have to do the qualifying. Turn practice off, did one shot qualifying. The very first corner on Monza, it's so easy to cut and gave you so much time, so I did that. And so is the second corner, you can cut that and gain a decent chunk of time as well. So yeah, with that was enough to get me qualifying a pole, and then after that I cut that first corner and second corner every time, and it gives you such a hell of an advantage chunk that a 25% distance race on Monza is 13 laps, and we was able to knock that out just by doing that. But anyway, we've waffled on for a little bit of under an hour. It's been quite a while, but I did waffle on a lot at the beginning there. But again, I will appreciate your feedback. I think I covered everybody in my thank yous. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I thank everybody who's ever watched some of this series. Thank you so much. I know a lot of people enjoy watching this. It's one of my most popular series on YouTube. I know I do a lot of other crap which a lot of achievement hunters have no interest in, but thank you for ignoring that and just sticking with us and watching what interests you. You know, I do get some fun out of doing non-achievement stuff on YouTube, so thank you for putting up with it and being able to scroll past them and just watching what interests you, because that's all I really want. So I only want people to watch what interests them. Thank you to everybody who watches all of this. This isn't the end of monthly updates, but like I said, there'll be a little bit of a change to it. Certainly the name will have to change. There'll be a little bit of a tweak to the format, or maybe there won't be. If enough people say, no, we like what you do and how you do it, please carry on. So Who knows, but the videos will be a lot shorter if I don't have to talk about every bit of gamerscore, as proved by this video pretty much. But yeah, I wanted to cover every bit of gamerscore for the journey. That's why I spoke about every bit of gamerscore in the journey. So there we go. I think it's just leaving me to say I need a drink because my throat's gone dry from talking for so long. But no, it really does leave me for saying thank you very, very much for watching. And as always, please do take care.